Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to round 5 of my Formula 1 2020 career mode, starting in Formula 2 with Michael Schumacher as my driver. And yeah, it's a wet qualifying session here at the track. We're going to go out early. We're going to try and set a good pole time. Definitely wet, full wet. My teammate's heading out, so he's going to be in front of me on the track. Shouldn't hopefully cause too much of a problem. Oh, there goes another car. Is that Sete Camara going out? Just going to pick my moment. Sete Camara, yeah. Right, let's go. Parc Fermé conditions. Oh, full wets. At the Paul Ricard circuit here in France. This is our team's home Grand Prix, of course. ART's home Grand Prix, so we kind of want to perform quite well. We also want to try and get rid of that awful experience we had in Monaco in the last race. Definitely need to try and do better than that, because that was a disastrous weekend for me. Not my favourite track, as I said numerous times throughout that video. Absolutely hate it. I'm much happier to be back here today on a proper racing circuit where, you know, you can really push yourself to the limit, push the car to the limit, and not have to worry about bouncing off walls and knocking bits off your car off. You know, much more relaxed and at home on a circuit like this, where I've got plenty of room. If I should make a mistake, I'm not going to be brutally punished for it, you know. Although I did run quite wide there in these wet conditions. Now, of course, Michael Schumacher's a bit of a wet weather specialist. So, and he's also a bit of a pole lap specialist, so I don't expect to have any problems putting this on the front row of the grid. Really don't. I expect Michael to take pole position fairly comfortably in these conditions with his experience. Although he may have to possibly do a second lap, because he's, you know, struggled a little bit on this one. I think we are. I think we're going to push for a second lap. We're not going to come in. We're going to keep pushing. Come on, Michael. Now start preparing for the next lap. And so give yourself plenty of room. Foot down. Right, we've got a time on the board. It's okay. It's not brilliant. Okay, so my second lap I improved a little bit, not by much, but I'm really going to push now. We're pushing for a third lap. Again, I made a couple of little mistakes on the second lap, and I reckon now I've finally got the track sussed out. So this is going to be it. This is going to be pole time, 3 laps in a row. Track's going to be a little bit drier now. Look at that. Nearly half a second up in the first sector. Nearly a second up now on our lap time. The track is definitely drying. I'm nearly out of fuel. This is a lap of biblical proportions. Really is. You know, last corner. To the line. .146.059.
Well done.
What a lap time. What a performance there from Michael. That is definitely pole position. Definitely pole position. So with the car on pole position, we can head into the feature race and hopefully get a good start. Our starts have not been great as of late. Getting a lot of wheel spin off the line.
We're here
But at least it's sunny.
and it looks to be a thrilling event ahead of us. The drivers are making their final preparations, and in a very short time, we'll be starting today's race. Today's drivers need to master the 15 corners of Paul Ricard, 6 left-handers and 9 right, spaced around the 3.6-mile circuit. The longest section is the famous Mistral Straight, which is split into 2 by the colourful chicane Nord, which offers a potential overtaking hotspot. But the drivers there need to take care. Those brightly coloured stripes don't offer much grip and won't be kind to tyres.
Yeah, but at least it's not a wall, it's not Monaco. I'd sooner be on those painted stripes.
Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remaining calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive, and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Here are the starting positions for today's race. Schumacher lines up on pole position, and it's
Yes,
Antoine
pole
Hubert
position.
Looking
With
down
my
the rest of the
rival,
grid, we have
Hubert.
Schumacher, King,
My son is behind me
and Correa,
on the second right.
Boccolacci, Ilott,
Good result,
Latifi,
son. Good
Nikita
performance.
Mazepin, Giotta, Delatraz, Guan Yu Zhou, and Calderon, Alesi, Beauchamp, Aitkit, and Sean Galeal. Tete Camara and Mahavir Raghunathan starts from the back of the grid. And now
As he
it's
always
time
does.
to head down to the track.
Don't know why he bothers, Raghunathan. Right then,
This
boys.
is the team's home race. We're all relying on you to impress today.
Okay, Jeff. Just put a lot of pressure on me, which is what I don't need after the last Grand Prix. I need a good, relaxing race today, Jeff. You know, just to build my confidence back up, because Monaco was a bruiser. But anyway, we are going to take the personalised strategy. I reckon I can get these tyres to lap 7, definitely. Most of the other teams I think are going to be coming in about lap 5, so that's a good strategy for me. Pit 2 laps later. Right. Lights are out. And away we go. Oh no, bad start. Wheel spin. Almost went into the barrier. Crikey, that was a dreadful start. Dreadful getaway. Lost a few places, collected a cone. Hold on a minute. Why have I got... Why is my rear wing damaged? Did someone hit me? Someone hit me. Well, I think we need to go back and have a look at the race start. Let's look at the replay and see what happened. Why have I got rear wing damage at the start of the race? So let's take another look at that start, this time from the race cam. Look at that. Not a great getaway from me. That was terrible. Now, do I get through the first corner without any issues? Pretty much. Bit of a bump and a bang going on there. But apart from that, oh. And I think I've got an issue with my rear wing. on my car. The DRS thing is not open. The thing's popped up on the MFD to say I've got an orange rear wing. So, did I get a bang at the start of the race from someone heading in for those first corners? Because if I've got rear wing damage, that's not going to be good. Certainly don't seem to have a lot of downforce at the minute. I hope Jeff's going to come on the radio and tell me exactly what is wrong with the car. Right now, I'm sliding all over the place. I know I'm running less rear wing than front rear wing, which is always a bit risky, because it does promote a car that tends to want to spin a little bit. But if I've got a fault with the rear wing, then that's going to be even worse. And unfortunately, I can't balance that out, because I'm not in Formula 2. You can't adjust the downforce mid-race. I can't change my front aero. Oops. Boom! That was a bit of contact. Miles off the track, I come back on, unsafe, and I actually caused contact. I should have got a penalty for that. I should have been penalised there, I think. Coming up behind Mick Schumacher. Father is about to overtake son. But again, I just need to back off there because the AI tends to brake a bit for that corner, whereas I don't. I take that bend flat, whereas the AI always does brake. Same way as the AI tends to be very brake heavy through that bend as well, that previous corner. Whereas again, I tend to just fly round it. Now we're coming up behind Antoine Hubert. He's becoming a bit of a rival for me in this series in Formula 2. It always tends to come down to me and Antoine in the races where I'm competitive. Which, ooh, he locks the brakes. Antoine's locking up. He's feeling the pressure. He's weaving about the road a bit though, which I'm not too happy about. He keeps moving. You're only allowed to move once, boy. You can't be weaving around the track, trying to block. DRS, the rear wing has opened. Whatever problem we had, it seems to have been fixed. Oh, he's locked up again going into that chicane. That's not going to do your brakes any good, nor your tyres. You'll end up overheating them from the inside out if you keep... Because obviously when you're locking the brakes up like that, your temperatures are going to go through the roof. Right, I'm going to have a run at him now. This is where I'm going to have a run at him, into this corner. Power it, power it, power it. There we go. Just lean on them soft tyres and hope they grip. So we've taken first position. Now we just need to build on this all the time. Keep extending our gap to the car in front. The car behind, should I say. Still going to keep pushing though. Not going to give the tyres a rest. I'm going to keep pushing them because we will be ditching them in a couple of laps. So I might as well take every little bit of life out of them. I'm definitely a lot more comfortable now back at this circuit. Monaco was a disaster for me. I'm much happier to track a proper racetrack like this where, like I say, I can afford mistakes like that because I'm not going to smash into a wall, you know. And, you know, it gives me a lot more confidence coming into a corner like this, knowing if I do brake a little bit late, I'm not going to smash the car to pieces on a barrier. I think Monaco just scares me too much. It's too claustrophobic. That's what it is. I can't handle the enclosed spaces. Whereas this track is the absolute opposite of Monaco, and I love it. I'm loving it. I get to drive really fast. And I get to drive fast for pretty much most of the lap. Past the grandstand, packed full of people. Tyres are just starting to melt a little bit on the front. Just starting to slide a little bit across the track and not give me grip going into these turns. I just need to use a bit more brakes, I think, at this point. Although, again, we are due to ditch them in about a lap's time. of boxing at the end of this lap. Jeff's just come on the radio and told me. So, need to push. Going to be obviously moving from the soft to hard tyres. Let's rock and roll. Let's hope the pit boys are on it. Oh, forgot where the pits were. Forgot where the pit entry was. Almost missed the pit lane. Come on, boys. Let's have a good stop from you. Just taking it very steady on this out lap because obviously we need to get some heat into the tyres, and the best way to do that is to brake really hard into this corner here to get the brakes hot, which will then warm the tyres up from the inside out. Get the core temperature up, which will then feed to the outer carcass quite nicely. Ooh, still don't quite have the grip yet. The tyres still aren't quite there. And I wonder if the opposition has had as much trouble getting these to warm up as me. I may have pulled out quite a bit of a gap when I was running those couple of extra laps on the softs, because they all pitted around about lap 5, lap 6. I came in lap 7, so I did 2 laps more than some of the other team. And I did 1 lap more than some of them. But I'm getting into a nice flow around this track. Definitely getting my confidence back after the disastrous last race. So much happier to be on a proper racing circuit again and not Monaco. Coming up to start lap 10. I'm now starting to have a few little blinky lights on me MFD. Noticeably the fuel one is blinking about a bit. It keeps coming up yellow, which keeps warning me that I don't quite have enough fuel to get me to the end of the race. So I need to start maybe doing a bit of lift and coasting in some areas of the track. Something I'll keep my eye on for the next lap or two, because the last thing I want to do is run out of fuel. Here's a good place where I can coast through that section there. Started lap 11. Keep getting very deep into turn 1. Whoops. Took a bit too much out of that corner that time. But I got out of position on that straight. I think I was fiddling with the MFD, cycling through the different menus. And I wandered off the racing line. Three laps to go then, here on lap 12. Oh, there goes another traffic cone. Points for collecting all the cones. Got that corner better that time. Whoa! Unforced error. I'm steaming through there. Just lost the back end, look. Wasn't a massive full spin. We did recover. But that was a little bit of an unforced error. The back end just got away from me there. And I didn't feel confident enough to throw it into that final corner as a result. So, can't switch off. You can't. Not for a moment. Last thing I need to do is crash out of the race that I'm comfortably winning. Because that would be even more embarrassing than the Monaco result. Wouldn't it? Yellow flags waved. The car parked over there. We've got another yellow flag over here as well. Another car parked. Two cars parked in a similar area of the track. You wonder if they've had a coming together. Penultimate lap then, folks. Lap 14. I completely cut this corner. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Tyres are starting to go off a bit now. Good job there's only one lap remaining in this race. Let's bring it home, Michael. Come on, bring the car home. No last lap heroics. Nice and steady. All we need, we just need a nice steady lap. Got plenty of gap to the cars behind. Here we come. Final corner. Coming up to the line. Take the checkered flag and take our 4th win of the season. Back on form after that disastrous Monaco weekend. We put that firmly behind us. And it's onwards and upwards now to the next round of the championship. Here we go. So here we've got what looks to be the first retirement of the race. So we've got an engine blow up. Boom. Yeah, that let go. That let go in a big way. And then is this the second retirement? Almost in exactly the same part of the track. Moments later, is this another engine about to let go? He's going very slowly. I think he's parked it. Yeah, I think he's lost engine. And into the runoff area he goes. So that was Sean Galale of the Prima Racing team and Callum Ilott, who didn't finish. Well, as we come up to the line, take our victory. That is a very good result. That definitely puts Monaco to the back of the mind. Makes up for that disappointing weekend we had last outing. Back on points, back on top. Still number 1, everybody.
So as they climb out of the car, the ART team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly deserved win. I've got a tea. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was in the strategy. Credit to the driver for sure, but races like this really drive home how much of a team sport this is. They did a lot of work on the pit wall to really make the most of each stint and to make the best use of these tires. But that said, all of that would have been for nothing without a talented hand on the wheel.
ART, the French team who have been racing since the 90s in various forms of motorsport, are once again back on the winner's podium today after a brilliant display of driving skill. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Schumacher increases their championship lead. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
I have to give it to Giuliano Alesi. One of the best things about Formula 2 is watching these young drivers grow and mature, and it feels like his career took a big step forward today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams' Championship. ART have extended their lead over the championship. Meanwhile, Carlin move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Okay, so let's head into the sprint race then and see if we can have another dominant performance.
And here we are, back after yesterday's exciting feature race for today's sprint. The top 8 from yesterday have been reversed for the grid down below, and we're almost ready to start. I'm not the only one sitting here today who's looking forward to today's race. My friend and ex-GP2 champion Davide Valsecchi next to me is already on the edge of his seat awaiting the start of the event. How's it going today?
Hello there, Alex. I'm great, thank you, and very excited to get started. I have a feeling we are in for a very special event today.
Gonna need to make a better start than I did in the feature race, definitely, especially
After the
from
points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
especially from here in the middle of the grid almost. Right, let's get ready. Okay, here we go. Lights out. Race start. 8th position on the grid. Again, not a fantastic start by me. Lost 1 place off the line. Keeping my eye on these guys. Ooh. Car on the outside. And struggling to get heat into the tyres at the race start. Might just have to just take it very cautiously for the first lap or two. We're not going to make a dive in there. I'm going to try for it. I'm going to try for it. Got it. Got the overtake. Right, so I'm back up to where I started in P8. Now we need to start making a bit of a push. Try and get up this field. I think my teammate's actually leading the race at this point, so maybe he'll help me out a bit by backing these guys up. Oh, we're going to be able to get an overtake into this corner. No, I'm not even going to risk it. Not going to risk it, folks. Want to try and avoid damage if I can. We might get to have a bit of a run here. I'm just having to hold back a bit because I feel like I accelerate so much faster than these guys that I'm going to run into the back of them through some of these slow corners. Again, I'm too close now to this guy that I'm going to actually have to back out a little bit for this corner. And take the foot off the throttle. Again, can I do the switch on him? No, not quite. Not quite. Didn't quite have the room. Nearly lost the front wing. Might have to rely on a bit of DRS help on this particular race. Unless I can get a real good drive. Right, this is probably a good position. Right, without breaking down into turn 1. Thank you very much. Now let's chase after these guys. DRS is enabled. We've got DRS. Are we going to be able to punch it around the outside? We certainly are. Still there on the left, but the move was done. Side by side. I've just powered round the outside of him basically. Now I'm a bit further back this time so I can keep my foot in through that corner. Now hopefully... Oh, there's a blow up in front. Giuliano Alesi is out of this race. That looks terminal to me. That's an engine gone. This is going to be a race of attrition maybe. Might see a lot of failures here, retirements. There was 2 in the feature race. I wonder if some of these cars are starting to struggle a little bit with engine wear at this stage of the season. 5 races in. Especially on a track like this, which is full throttle pretty much a lot of the time. I'm going to make the move on the Carlin. We've got DRS, he hasn't, so that was pretty easy pass for me. In a little bit out of shape. Watch out for the car behind me. Did I hit him? Was there contact? I've invited him. I'm so wide. No contact. I was just badly out of position for most of those corners. Got him. Oh. So I'm going to make a bold move on this guy. Boom. Give him the old shuntaroonie. That was Boccacelli out of the race. Broken front suspension after making contact with me. That was a nice pass. Not a lot of people overtake into the last corner, but I did. That just leaves my teammate up ahead. Hook him down. There we go, folks. Oh. I don't think he's going to pressure me too much. I think he's quite happy to let me have the race lead. So there we go, 5 laps into the race and I've managed to gain first position. So just gotta be sensible now and just maintain my position. Trying to do some smooth laps. And we'll be taking maximum points from this weekend's Grand Prix. I'm quite looking forward to the next round of the championship as well. Ooh. Bit wide, bit careless. Almost took the cone out. Wasn't me. Fully flat out through there. That's what I like to be. A little bit understeer. I think the track's starting to cool down a little bit because they're forecasting rain towards the end of the race, which could make things a little bit spicy if the rain does come before the end of the race. I'm not sure whether anyone will be brave enough to dive into the pits though if it does start to rain. Ooh. Again, so wide through there. No grip on the front wheels to help me turn in there. Yeah, we're starting to understeer. I wonder if the tyres are starting to get cold. Struggling to keep the temperature up. Brakes are getting cold too, I keep noticing on the MFD. And keep going blue before I'm into a corner. Oops. There we go, there's a corner cut. Well, explains why my teammate finished so close to me in this race, because I really am struggling a little bit on this race right now with these tyres. Plane. Yeah, struggling with the car. Starting lap 9 of this 11-lap sprint race. No sign of the rain yet that Jeff keeps banging on about on the radio. Hopefully it stays that way. Oh, lost the back end. That was a unforced error. Fortunately, I had quite a gap formed to my teammate behind, so no damage really done apart from my pride. But the tyres are definitely struggling for temperature. And you can see it's starting to get very grey. The rain is coming, that is a fact. Need to try and keep this on the track. Getting very dark. Starting the last lap. Not seeing any spots of rain yet. It's too late now, even if it does decide to chuck it down. Gotta keep it on the track. Come on. Put the weekend right. Finish with a good, dominant display. Put the memory of Monaco firmly out of your mind. Reclaim our position as the dominant driver in this Formula 2 category, and obviously impress our potential future employers in the Formula 1 paddock into maybe offering us a contract at the end of the season to drive for one of them. I haven't given it any thought yet what team I actually want to drive for. I'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh, now there's some rain falling. Oh, and I've lost it again. I've spun the car. That's 2 unforced errors, really.
Fantastic. You've won the Grand Prix.
Well, that was an interesting race. 2 unforced errors at the end there.
It was
Spinning.
a magnificent race and a
Definitely
drive right
wouldn't
out
recommend
of the top
that.
draw to take the win for ART today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
What a race, Alex. Every so often we get a spectacle like we did today. Less focus on strategy and time management and more on just pushing it to the limits and battling it out for those top positions. I think what we experienced today is evidence of why Formula 2 is continuing to draw into crowds, and expect today's race will definitely be turning a few more heads to the series.
An amazing race today, and a very well-deserved one too. The team worked very hard to get exactly the right setup out of the F2 car that works for them, and the results speak for themselves. ARTGP
Team 1-2.
winners today.
Look, ART 1-2 finish for the team. Even my teammate managed to get on the podium today in 2nd place, ahead of Nicholas Latifi. So that was quite a good result.
After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Schumacher increases their championship lead. Now then, Davide Valsecchi,
Only by
who would you
1.6
say was
seconds.
your driver of the day?
For me, the RT driver was the best in the field today. They pushed and found some fantastic performance. It was a pleasure to watch.
On to the teams then. ART have extended their lead over the championship. Another team that excelled today was DAMS, who make further progress up the table. After all this drama, you would be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
And Prima Racing with my son, Mick Schumacher, bottom of the table now, by quite a long way. I pretty much think the season is wrapped up at this point, unless I don't finish any races between now and the end of the season. I think I've pretty much got the victory in the bag, which means hopefully F1 teams will be knocking on my door. So join me for the round 6 of the championship season in the next video, everybody. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.